Today, on May 25th, 2024, Veldhoven comes alive with the start of the KNMV NK Junior Motor Racing Race 2. After the thrilling races in Assen, this day promises to be just as exciting. Unfortunately, the entire schedule has been delayed due to excessive water on the track. Despite a pump truck removing a lot of the water, it frequently returned to the track. Therefore, the layout has been adjusted to ensure racing can still take place today. The young racers are determined to showcase their skills despite the challenging conditions. It will be a day full of excitement and adaptability with the promise of yet another thrilling race. The Landsard track in Veldhoven is typically a 920-meter circuit with no elevation changes, featuring 11 corners. However, due to the water on the track today, the organizers, in consultation with various racing classes, have implemented a different layout. Today's layout is 30 meters shorter, but still includes 11 corners. Let's take a look at how the drivers performed in the qualifying session on this new layout. Today, the drivers did not have two qualifying sessions as usual. Instead, due to the new layout, the first qualifying session was converted into a free practice session. The lap time set during this free practice will not be considered for determining the starting lineup. In the standard class, Yannick Voss claimed pole position, followed by Hugo Seder and Timo Minen. Justin de Bruin, Luc Van Riet, and Delano Bentis completed the top 6 positions. Meanwhile, in the expert class, Jordi Minen secured the top spot with Robert Van Steenis and Ren Straver closely behind. This qualifying result was particularly noteworthy for Rens, who has encountered numerous disappointing setbacks in the past. In the first row, we have Yannick Voss, always strong on this track in the rain, securing the top spot. Jordi Minen joins him on the front row, an impressive performance. Championship leader Hugo Seder completes the top 3. Starting from the second row are Timo Minen and Robert Van Steenis. Despite a disappointing qualifying session for Van Steenis, he remains optimistic as points are awarded in the race. Ren Straver also lines up here, surprising himself with an excellent performance. In the third row, Jesse Van Zante is followed closely by his father Eric Van Zante. Jean-Paul van den Heining, a familiar face, completes the row. The fourth row features Wilco Quist, another familiar face who is back in the expert class. He is joined by Justin den Bruin and Martin Van Riet. Luc Van Riet, very satisfied with his qualifying results, starts in the fifth row alongside Delano Bentis and newcomer Rick Janssen, a standard class driver. Finally, in the sixth row, we have Kevin Broeksetter and Nick Boogerman and Mark Humans, who despite a strong race in Assen had a disappointing result today. A beautiful starting grid featuring both newcomers and familiar faces. Lights out and away we go! Yannick Voss takes the lead, but from the outside, Robert Van Steenis comes with a strong start and takes position 2 down the straight. Hugo Seder gets a bit squeezed. Here on the brakes, Jesse Van Zante catches up to Timo Minen and passes him. A good start for him. Ooh, he brakes alongside John Paul as well. What a brilliant braking move by Jesse. Meanwhile, Robert takes the lead in the race from Jan. Jordi and Themo are right on their heels. Wilco Quist is trailing the lead group, but can just keep up for now. Ah, there goes Hugo Sater crashing behind the cameraman. He loses a lot of points here compared to Yannick. Wow, Yannick and Jordi crash at the same time. They lose a lot of points here. So now Themo is leading in the standard class behind Robert and John Paul, who is impressively running position 2 in the expert class. Here we see Hugo struggling to restart his bike and Jordi Minen is out again. Such a shame. Ah, there goes Hugo again, continuing after his crash. Further down the field, you see the battle for position 3 with Ren Straver and Wilco Quist getting involved. Impressive from both men to be fighting at the front in such a chaotic race. Oh no! Just as I mentioned it, Wilco Quist crashes! A shame for the man from The Hague. This allows Eric Van Zante to move up a spot. He remains one of the few who has stayed on his bike so far. Meanwhile, Robert Van Steenis is building a comfortable lead and only needs to bring it home now. Themo Minen is comfortably leading the standard class. Nothing to worry about. Ooh, what am I saying? Themo Minen crashes! And John Paul is off as well. Unbelievable what is happening in this race. This allows Ren Straver to move up to a very impressive second place. After a hectic race, Robert Van Steenis crosses the line first in expert class, ahead of Renz. Oh no, Renz has crashed as well! Oh my, what a race! It's a father and son, Jesse and Eric, who take second and third place. In the standard class, despite his crash, Yannick crosses the line first. He does this ahead of Mark Humans and Hugo Sater. Will race 2 be just as spectacular? Garage After 6, the best service after 6 p.m. Today, the trophies are sponsored by the Van Steenis family. Yes, you heard that right. Robert Van Steenis is not only a rider in the Poop Cup, but also a dedicated sponsor. Just like last year, he has convinced his family to arrange the trophies for this event once again. Robert, the twin brother of Dennis, is known for his work ethic. He is always working after 6 p.m. So if you have car troubles and need a reliable mechanic, head over to Garage After 6. At Garage After 6, the Van Steenis family is always ready to help. Marjan and Bert-Jan will welcome you with a warm smile and a cup of coffee. While Robert expertly works on your car, you can enjoy the cozy atmosphere and excellent service. A big thank you to the Van Steenis family for your dedication and contribution to the Poop Cup. Thanks to you, we can proudly continue this event. So remember, if you have car troubles after 6 p.m., there's only one place to go. Garage After 6. While the riders are waiting for their second race, we see the starting grid here. Okay, here we go again. Race 2 has started, and it's another amazing start by Robert Van Steenis, who goes around the outside past Jordi and Hugo. At the back, you can see Rick Janssen making a great start with number 30. The rookie's showing what he's worth. Ooh, in turn 2, yesterday Bruin goes down. His day is not going well after already having a DNF in race 1. Here's a replay of the start with onboard footage from Justin. You can see Mark Humans getting off to a great start from the beginning, and here, unfortunately, Justin crashes. Robert does a Robert, pulling a huge gap and heading for another big victory. Will he become 100% unbeatable this year? There we see the yellow flag for yesterday Bruin, so the guys need to be careful there. Further back in the battle for second, we see Yannick, Hugo, Jordi, John Paul, and Thimo racing. The guys are very close to each other. Yannick pulls a gap from the rest of the group and is heading for a second victory today in the standard class. Here we see Rick Janssen, who is impressing on his first race day in the Poop Cup. Same goes for Delano Bentis, who is making great strides in the poop races. Despite this, he's being lapped by Robert Van Steenis, but we're not surprised by that. What an incredible pace Robert has today. Is it because his family is sponsoring the trophies? Here we see Yannick and Jordi fighting, but it doesn't matter since they are in separate classes. They need to keep it clean and avoid crashing like in the previous race when they went down one after the other. In their pursuit, we see Jean-Paul heading for a nice third place in the expert class. That would be an amazing comeback, especially after the big drama in race 1. Timo Minen goes down again! He's seeing his championship chances slip away. This cannot happen. Just like in race 1, he's losing points, which is a real shame. Oof! Losing the rear end out of nowhere. Could it be because the right side of the tire is still wet from the first corner where that big puddle is? Yes, Hugo, you're riding in the middle of nowhere. He keeps looking back, but he could lose time by doing that, so I wouldn't do it too often. Look at that, there he is, the super rookie, comeback kid, or the veteran, whatever you want to call him. Mark Humans is incredibly strong this season and is racking up points. If he stays on, he'll be in place 3 in the championship after today. The battle between Eric and Jesse Van Zante doesn't stop. They might keep it exciting the whole season, because let's be honest, who wants to lose to their father, or the other way around? Look, there's Kevin Brooksitter. He's doing well on the points today because, like Mark, he always stays on. He's now heading towards place 4 in the championship ahead of Eric Van Zante. Here's Luke Van Riet, another dangerous contender in the championship because he's very consistent in finishing and racking up a lot of points over the season, which can be crucial at the end of the season. Robert has taken the checkered flag, and here we see Jordi and Yannick also finishing. What a race! Fewer crashes than in the first race, but just as exciting and spectacular. Congratulations to Robert and Yannick. In the standard class, Yannick Voss dominates the leaderboard with 95 points, extending his lead significantly today. Behind him, Hugo Sater sits at 81 points, maintaining his position in the standings. Mark Humans surprises everyone with 57 points, making a remarkable comeback after a few years away from racing. Timo Minen struggles, losing valuable points today, while Luke Van Riet calmly secures 5th place, smiling all the way with 31 points. Over in the expert class, Robert Van Steenis asserts his dominance with a perfect score of 100 points, widening the gap even further. Jordi Minen follows with 70 points, showing resilience despite the crash. Jesse Van Zante holds onto his position with 63 points, while rookie Kevin Brooksitter impresses with 43 points. Eric Van Zante trails behind his son Jesse with 29 points, unable to match his pace on the track. Today's hero is undoubtedly Mark Humans, rightfully earning the title of Driver of the Day. Congratulations to him on his outstanding performance. As the race day wraps up, we want to thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video for more exciting content. Join us for the next race on June 15th at the TT Junior Track in Assen. Until then, race fans!